2005, there was an epidemic in Nome. They had to figure out a way to get a bunch of medicine from Anchorage to Nome, and apparently there were only 2 planes in the entire state, neither one of them could be flown in winter. So the governor of Alaska decided they had to have the medicine mushed to Nome. Is mushed a verb? The medicine was sent 290 miles by train, and then mushed the rest of the way by dog team. But here's the thing, it was a relay, and they actually passed the medicine from dog team to dog team, and no team ran more than 100 miles. Yeah, apparently the modern race isn't really based on that original run. It's more of an homage to mushing in general, because now the teams travel over 1,000 miles, almost the equivalent of New York to Orlando.
Each musher must prepare food for each checkpoint before the race starts.
Alright, we're about to get started stuffing all the bags for the Iditarod food drops. These are all the bags that the food is sent out in. On one side is the checkpoint name, on the other side is my name. We put a little more information on here. I've got a number on the bottom. This is the number 1 bag, and that references kind of what is in the bag. So when I arrive in the checkpoint, I know what to expect in this particular bag. So each of the bags will have kind of a number code, depending on if I'm going to stay there and use the food in that checkpoint. If I'm going to pick up just one of the bags and continue on down the trail and camp later on, I know which bag to grab based on that number. Here's my binder here with the basic food contents for each bag. It has the checkpoint name and what goes in each particular bag. Some of the checkpoints have just 1 bag. Some of them will have as many as 4 bags there, kind of like Takotna here. This is where I'm likely to be taking my 24-hour mandatory layover. So it has several bags, a lot of food to spend a lot of time there.
I'm also going to show you a couple of meats the dogs will eat on the trail.
Well, here's the actual meat and dog food the dogs will be eating out there on the trail. You can see there's a whole lot of little 1 and 2 gallon freezers. Human grade beef trim, and it's primarily fat. You can see there's a little bit of meat stuck in there as well. A lot of calories. I love this stuff, especially when the temperatures get down below about 20 below zero. The dogs start devouring this stuff here. But I've got a lot of different types of fat, so I just have a little bit of the beef fat. I want to keep trying different things out there and keeping different flavors coming to them so I stay interested in the food I have. Next here, this is called she fish, and it's a fish that a friend of mine has caught up on the Kobuk Lake, and it's, as you can see, it's a white meat fish. It's a very oily meat, and because of that, it doesn't freeze very solid. So even when it is real cold, it's easy for the dogs to crunch this up. It's a new flavor out there. It's a little bit different than the beef and horse that we use as our main red meat. So just having a little bit different flavor is always nice.
This clip is about what the veterinarians do for the dogs before the race.
Care for them, feed them, water them, clean up after them, make sure they have straw to bed down in. And then if they have any injuries, those will be assessed by a veterinarian. And between the veterinarian and myself, we will give them treatments of any kind that they would require. We'll give them massages if we have the time. If they're just sore muscles, we'll massage them and take them for a walk and stretch them out. And then they are shipped back to Anchorage or Nome. And eventually we'll get back to their owners.
This one's about what the veterinarians do for the dogs while on the trail.
Just checking the shoulders. I thought he was a little bit sore in the shoulder, but I'm not eliciting any discomfort.
Veterinarians give each dog a thorough checkup at every checkpoint.
We check the heart, lungs, musculoskeletal system, mucous membranes, make sure they're not anemic.
10th in 2008 ended with bad luck and missing dogs.
Yes, I have in 2008. So I was slightly unlucky and made some rookie errors. I had left Rainy Pass and was travelling, climbing up to go down Daisy-Ford. And my dog's team tried to avoid some open water and went into the willows, so I had to turn the team around. And in doing so, I ended up, my swing dogs chewed the lines from my 2 lead dogs. And my 2 lead dogs got free.
The dogs were fine, she was withdrawn, and now she wants badly to get to know. Here is something that will explain what happened.
Ended up making their way back to Rainy Pass, jumping on the pond for the drop dogs and flying their way back to Anchorage. So I made my way to Rome in the meantime, thinking that was the best thing to do, was to get to the nearest checkpoint and get help to find the dogs. And obviously I arrived without 2 of my dogs, so I had to be withdrawn.
She believes that she is doing better than the last time she had raced in 2008.
It shows that it is one of the sleds that will go through the wind easier and won't be pushed back so easily. And there's the area for him to stand on. As you can see, this is the material they bring during the Iditarod sled race. They bring their sled, an axe, I believe that is, and the things that go under the sled that help with its speed, its strength, and all that. And they also bring a thing that melts the ice along with them. Okay, the way you pack the sled is very uneven, and that could be bad during the race. And you need to learn how to make sure the sled is balanced, like it has to be balanced for also when you stand on it. You need to bring your bag during your Iditarod race, which you also would probably need to bring sunglasses. Also make sure they have lenses for snow. You need to have stuff. You need to have stuff to light up the trail and something to maybe start a little fire to heat you up, or just stuff to heat you up. Also bring your coat. Hello, this is a sled for the trail. The part of the document I'm in charge of is the sled. So I'll be telling you about the sled. A sled can be made out of a lot of things such as wood, bamboo, and metal. It doesn't matter unless the ITC approves of it. There are some choices regarding the sled, but it must be able to hold under cover if conditions warrant, as long as hurt dogs, food, and equipment. You must ship out any sleds for the race to the checkpoints, but only 2 can be shipped out. You can't have a sail or wheel on your sled, but you can have a ski pole. People can make their own sleds or buy pre-made sleds that cost up to $4,000. The sleds that would be best for the race are strong, lightweight, and durable. If you think one of your racer's sled won't break, you're wrong, because everything breaks if you hit it hard enough and in the right spot. Not all sleds are built to withstand abuse of impact, so it's best to have material on hand to fix it and a first aid kit for you and your dogs, because if the sled hits a dog, it won't be good. The best type of sled for the race is a standing sled, because the place where you can sit would make it weigh more. If you need to go go faster, run with your dogs or help push it or pull the sled. It's best for your dog not to be tired. Even sleds that can take a lot of impact will break with the right circumstances. There are a lot of sleds, and after this, you should know the type of sled you need, or you could just have to scratch. The type I would suggest is one that...
These are parts of the sled that are important.
Sled builder. I build dog sleds for other racers that race in the Iditarod and the Yukon Quest. And I'm here today to tell you a little bit about sled design and the sled that we use for those races. I'm here on a white horse who just finished another 1,000-mile race, the Yukon Quest. And this is the sled that I just used in that race. Some of the main components of a race sled, of course, or any dog sled for that matter, are the runners. And the runners are there kind of like as a ski. They're what the sled slides on. Everything sits on that and slides on the snow. That is the main part of your dog sled. Another main part of your dog sled are what we call stanchions. And these are the vertical parts of the sled that go up to our handlebar. Now the stanchions not only support the bed, support all the weight of everything you're carrying here in the sled, but they also are what steers the sled. So they go up to the handlebar. It's always a handlebar, some people call it a riding bow or a handle bow. It's all the same thing. But when I move the handlebar back and forth, it moves the stanchions, which then connect to the runners and it steers the sled. So if I want to go to the left, I pull my handlebar over to the left. If I go to the right, handlebar over to the right. It steers my sled down the trail as I go around trees and rocks and jumbo ice and things.
This is Mitch in Dallas TV racing to V. No from White Mountain.
Was to get here with a 20-minute lead. So I'm not saying that we won the race because we sure as heck haven't. We all know far too well what can happen, and I have way too much respect for my competitors to say that I've won at any time before we've actually crossed the finish line. That being said, up to this stage of our plan is going nicely. There you go, Ripples. Done with your second hole already, Wiley? Or a bottomless pit? I love it. That requires you to have a charged team at that point, and I think that's something that I did in all my races. And that's what allows us to do what we do at the end of these things, is because of the state of the dogs in Unifleet, not what did they do from Unifleet. So often I see that people following the race, reporters or whatever, talking about a very narrow window of events with no regard for what happened the first 4 days of the race.
This year.
So hi Mike, what are we doing today?
John, I'm doing alright. Pretty warm right now in the sun.
Glad to be back at it. You took a break last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. The parts of the trails, there's a lot of ice, so I'm a little nervous. But I'm taking a small dog team of 13, and I've been training a lot on ice and ground, so pretty well trained there.
Michael Williams was born and raised in Akayak, Alaska. He says he has been involved with mushing since birth and has trained and raced dog ever since he could remember. His dad has been racing the Cusco 300 and the Iditarod for many years, and he helped train his team while he was attending meetings.
How many miles you got on your team?
Not very many.
Yeah. So how many is this for you?
This will be my sixth.
Sixth, I did, right? Yeah, the training in Bethel, talk about how our weather's been lately.
Training, it's